Hey there everyone, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me as we talk some gaming news here on the channel. So while we're primarily a movie news channel, from time to time we also like to discuss some gaming news. So in this episode of Review Flicks, we're going to be talking about Hogwarts Legacy and its potential sequel. Concerned fans have started a petition online to try and keep the sequel a single player format and stop it from being a live service. So we're going to be diving into all that news right here in this video. But guys, if you are new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the movie, streaming and gaming news we have going on this channel. And with that down, we're going to be diving into this article here from comicflicknews.com. So fans of Hogwarts Legacy launch a petition to stop the sequel from becoming a live service game. So worried Hogwarts Legacy fans launch a petition in hopes of rescuing the unannounced sequel, Hogwarts Legacy 2. So guys, before we go any further, I just want to put into perspective as to what's going on with Warner Brothers and their games as of late. So they recently released Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which came out. It was a live service game. It was built around the microtransaction model. It was just there to nickel and dime players. And within the first month of the game being released, the player count has dwindled to such a small number that Warner Brothers has considered the game a failure and hasn't lived up to their expectations. But then they decided to announce that they're going to double down on increasing live service games going forward, which confounded the player base even more. So we have this article title here: Warner Brothers aims to increase focus on free-to-play and live service games because disappointments like Suicide Squad make the big budget business very volatile. So after a high Hogwarts Legacy and a low Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, has Warner shifting strategy? So this announcement of moving forward on live service games has the player base even more concerned about the Hogwarts Legacy sequel. The fact that that first game was an immersive experience where it was just a single player game, you could jump into the world, play the game, nobody was trying to nickel and dime you, there wasn't microtransactions shoved in your face, and a lot of players have become really concerned that this is going to happen to the sequel for Hogwarts Legacy. But anyway guys, let's go back over to the article, let's keep reading and see what's going on with that petition to stop Hogwarts Legacy the sequel becoming a live service game. Attempts to deter Hogwarts Legacy 2 from becoming a live service game have been met with limited success. Concerning fans of Hogwarts Legacy have taken to change.org to launch a petition aimed at preventing an unannounced Hogwarts Legacy 2 from adopting a live service model. As of now, the petition has garnered 780 signatures, it's actually more now though, reflecting the growing apprehension among fans. However, despite the petition's momentum, it's unlikely to sway Warner Brothers' future plans. Even if the petition gains thousands more signatures, the company's stance on live service games is unlikely to change. So guys, with that, we're going to jump over to the actual petition itself. We're going to take a look at how many people have signed that petition. Also, there's some comments there from the people who have signed it, and we're going to see what they're saying about the petition itself. Over here on change.org, we have the petition to stop Hogwarts Legacy 2 from being a live service. So as of the moment, it has 1,154 signatures. It's pretty insignificant considering the amount of signatures you would probably need in order for Warner Brothers to change their mind on the live service aspect of a Hogwarts Legacy sequel. We don't actually know, it's not actually confirmed that Hogwarts Legacy, the sequel, will be a live service game, so I just want to put that out there. But, you know, if it was going to be a live service and we tried to stop it, it would need probably 100 times, 1,000 times the amount of signatures that are here. It would need, you know, millions and millions of signatures in order for Warner Brothers probably to change their mind on making it a live service, if they were going to in the first place. But I've highlighted some parts of this petition that we can quickly read. So, single player experience, they just want it to be a fun game that people can enjoy and give people joy of being able to experience the Wizarding World for themselves. People don't want a live service filled with microtransactions and a forced grind as part of the magic of outfits in Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, absolutely. You know, we don't want to go into a game feeling like, you know, we have to pay for spells, we have to pay to access certain areas, you know, we have to pay for this, that, and the other. You know, to change the color of your robe is going to cost you money, or to change your haircut is going to cost you money, and all this kind of ridiculous stuff that is shoehorned into live service games. So, live service are a plague on the industry. Absolutely they are. That is created and that is hated by many players and developers who don't want their games ruined by greedy executives who want to extract as much money as possible and want to create a game that they are passionate about and making That is what we want to see from the developers as well, and is why we bought a game like Hogwarts Legacy in the first place. Yeah, absolutely. That's why it developed such a following, and the amount of love, detail, and attention that was put into that game, the Wizarding World. It was just there to explore at your own pace. You didn't have to pay for any crappy microtransactions. So the reason why so many live service games fail is because they are not unique experiences people want to play, which leads to services ending early and shutting down soon after launch. Suicide Squad. And Hogwarts Legacy live service would not be a unique experience or something gamers would be interested in. No, people wouldn't. If they announced a Hogwarts Legacy sequel tomorrow and told us it was a live service game, the game would probably be dead on arrival. That live service title itself is just a turn off for so many people at this point. So what I wanted from Hogwarts Legacy sequel was to improve on the first game, such Quidditch and not multiplayer transactions that riddled experience, but a fun, engaging experience where we can interact with, Hogwarts, a morality system to better understand or further flesh out the side you take, either being good or bad, and also considering Warner Brothers has the patent to a nemesis system. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that is welcome to the sequel of the game. Things like that we want implemented, not crappy microtransactions. So remember how backlash against cancellation of Coyote vs. Acme for fans and animators almost got them to reconsider their decision? We can do the same for Hogwarts Legacy if we stand up to stop the game from being ruined by explosive business practices. Yeah, it could. You never know, a petition could do that. It could sway the decision to make it a live service game. But based on the amount of signatures, as I've already said, here, this isn't going to change a whole lot. This number would need to be massive. It would need to be in the millions, tens of millions possibly. But yeah, let's keep reading and see what some of these comments say. So single player games are still relevant and important. Absolutely they are. Look at some of the PlayStation exclusives over recent years. The Spider-Man franchise, single player games, absolutely incredible games. They make record sums of money, and it just goes to show that single player games are still relevant. People still buy them. Your shareholders are not as important as your consumers. Your shareholders' opinions mean nothing if the consumers don't buy your product. That's absolutely true. You can try and nickel and dime us all you want, but live service games, they're not going to work. There are companies out there who do live service games, like Fortnite, but they've got a certain player base who know what they're buying, who know what they're doing, and, So single player games are everything to me. They make the best stories and best gameplay and best community. I absolutely hate live service, and the exact opposite of everything that makes single player games great. Yeah, couldn't agree more. So I'll read a couple more here. I don't want to see this style of game remain the meta. I'm still playing Hogwarts Legacy on my first playthrough and enjoying it very much. I don't want to see it turn into Fall Guys or Fortnite type of game, which could potentially lock outfits, spells, and other things. Like I said, I can imagine a part of the Hogwarts Legacy sequel. You get to a certain room in Hogwarts, the actual castle itself, and it locks the door because you have to pay a certain amount of money to get through to that area of the game. And just something like that, I can imagine it happening, but yeah. So, scrolling down here, Hogwarts Legacy fans are worried about the sequel. Obviously, we've taken a look at the petition already. So, if a sequel to Hogwarts Legacy embraces live service model, there's speculation on how it might unfold. One possibility is to focus on offering paid DLC cosmetics. That's absolutely going to happen. Enhancing character customization without altering the core gameplay. Alternatively, the sequel could pivot towards a multiplayer-centric approach. I don't think that would happen. I think that would veer too much away from the core mechanics of the first game, potentially transforming from a single-player action RPG into a multiplayer experience. While the idea of exploring Hogwarts Castle with friends may excite many fans, there's concern about alienating those who were drawn to the original Hogwarts Legacy for its single-player experience. Yeah, like I said, I think turning it into a multiplayer game would be too much of a vast difference from that first game. It would alienate a lot of the fan base that made that first game, so exciting and being a single-player experience. So a potential compromise could involve integrating optional multiplayer elements, into a proper single-player adventure for Hogwarts Legacy 2. For example, incorporating Quidditch as a competitive online multiplayer mode, while preserving the core single-player experience untouched. See, I think something like that could potentially work. You have the single-player core experience, but then you have an optional multiplayer experience on the side. It's an optional thing. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. It doesn't affect the single-player game, and something like that could work. That's a compromise between the two, live service and a single-player game. So I'm not, against that. I think that could work. If the live service aspect is entirely separate, but built onto the side of the single player campaign. But then again, would the single player story suffer because of the live service element that's attached to it? We'll have to wait and see. However, this approach may face limitations as a standalone Quidditch multiplayer game is already in development, potentially affecting the feasibility of this compromise for Hogwarts Legacy 2. So regardless of its eventual form, the remarkable financial success of Hogwarts Legacy virtually ensures that the sequel is inevitable. Absolutely, they're going to make a second game. With the success, the financial success, how would you not? Whether it adopts a live service model or stays true to the original remains uncertain. However, until concrete details emerge, fans are likely to harbour concerns about the direction of Hogwarts Legacy 2. I had a bit of a jump there. So yeah, guys, this video is more talking about the concerns for Hogwarts Legacy 2 rather than the actual petition itself. Because, you know, like I say, that petition, I understand that passionate fans want to start that petition, but having that little amount of signatures isn't going to go a long way to achieving much. I hope it does. But yeah, so the unannounced, you know, Hogwarts Legacy sequel, people are just really concerned that, you know, that immersive single player experience is going to be completely ruined by, you know, the live service model, and that, you know, paid DLCs and paid transactions are going to just infest the game and destroy what we loved about that first game. But guys, jump into the comment section, let me know what you think about this. Are you concerned about the Hogwarts Legacy sequel being a live service game? And if it was, would you still buy it, or would you completely, you know, kind of boycott the game? Let me know all your thoughts, comments and opinions down in the comment section below. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.